Hello, how are you? How's it going? I'm so happy to greet you. Welcome, one and all. I embrace you as always with much love from soul to soul, wishing that everything flows in perfect harmony. It's the week of February 9th to the 15th, Waning Moon week. Also, this week, we'll already have Saturn entering the sign of Aries, and it will stay there until 2028. Saturn is no longer in Pisces. It returned for a little while to ask us what we stopped being and doing, and now that Saturn moved to the sign of Aries, well, it's time for action, time to move forward. Of course, we have Neptune in Aries. We have two big planets, which are Neptune and Saturn, and a fire sign, which is Aries. And on April 25th, we'll already have Uranus leaving Taurus, and Uranus will enter none other than Gemini for a very good number of years. The waning moon week invites us all to keep the peace, to be relaxed, to meditate, to introspect, to do a conscience analysis, to value the true meaning of our existence. Waning moon helps us remove what we don't want in our lives, because we shouldn't have everything we don't want. And that includes absolutely everything. The waning moon also invites us to free ourselves from many ties. That's why I suggest taking paper and a pen, a ballpoint pen, and write what hurts you, because we all have something that hurts here in the soul, in the heart, that thing that goes around in our heads, that suddenly we don't understand the whys, which really isn't a why, it's a what for, but that thing that hurts, that forgiving ourselves, asking for forgiveness, freeing ourselves from ties, why this happened to me, or why this, regardless of whether people are still on this plane or no longer on this plane. We can also write to them if we carry stored pain, because to heal the soul, you have to forgive, and writing helps a lot. And the waning moon, of course, helps us, and even more. Venus will help us, which will move into Pisces on February 10th and will be there until March 6th. You take paper and pen and write. Nobody is watching you, my love, just you alone. Write what hurts you, what overwhelms you, what bothers you, what moves you from your center, what causes conflict in your mind. Write it down and tear it into little pieces, or burn it very carefully, of course. Write as many letters as you want and tear them up. The waning moon is for let and tell. The waning moon also tells us, what do you have in your house that you haven't used in the last year? It's time to donate it, sell it, give it away, but leave space for the new. Leave space for what the new moon will bring us next week when we set our new moon intentions. That's why there are cycles of the lunar phases: new, waxing, waning, and full. It's a week of liberation, a week to take things slowly. On the 10th, when we have Venus in Pisces, let's remember that we also already have Mercury in Pisces. It means that in the air element, we have the Sun, Mars, and Pluto. And in water, we have Mercury, Venus, and Jupiter, which is in Cancer. Having Saturn and Neptune in the sign of Aries will lead us to make determinations and decisions. There will be many important movements where Saturn and Neptune will be close by, and of course, this will naturally push us to truly go for what we deeply desire. It's also a very important time when it's the waning moon, and even more so with Venus in Pisces and Mercury in Pisces. Venus is the planet of love and money, Mercury's communication. And being in a sign like Pisces, and now that we have Neptune in Aries, which is fire, it's pushing us. I always talk about love. I like love very much. To love. Because when we become aware of the brief space we have in this universe, we realize that we have to live. We have to live and free ourselves from ties, which is what we forget. to forgive ourselves, to ask for forgiveness. It's very important. Many times we take things for granted. We believe that we're eternal. The soul is the only eternal thing. This little body at some point will be gone. Yeah, it's that simple. This week, the invitation is to write letters to the people you love, to send them messages, but especially, if you can, to do it in person. To tell each other what we carry in our souls, what we carry in our hearts. It's a very sensitive leak. Watch out for feeling attacked, like they're talking bad about me, they're pointing at me, nothing like that. Don't take anything personally, my love. Since we have Venus and Mercury and we're in a waning phase, we might feel like someone is against me. No one is against you, my love. We people are very busy with our own lives. And if they have time to be watching our lives, well, they must have nothing to do. So this week, just don't take things so seriously. I invite you to let it all slide off you. Keep shining, keep being, doing, and having whatever it is you desire. It's a week where emotions will definitely be right on the surface, and that's very beautiful. Because just as laughing is wonderful, crying is also wonderful. And love is the most beautiful thing. That's why I've always said in my catchphrase, it's better to cry for having loved than to cry for never having felt it. To livin' and lovin', I'm going straight to the astrological recommendations. Aries, there's very good news for you this week. Everything is closely related to your work and professional life. It shows that now the wheel of fortune is completely in your favor. There's good fortune, abundance, and prosperity. Analyzing, observing, and checking will help you a lot. Now remember, we're going to have two very important planets. They're all important, but these planets that are strong and very powerful, or large planets like Saturn and Neptune, will be in your sign. Saturn's will be there until 2028. And look, Neptune will be there until 2038. And how will this help you? Ooh, a whole lot of wonderful things. All those dreams that weren't happening, or desires, or things that weren't moving will start to move. But having learned from Saturn and Neptune and Pisces will help you, my dear Aries, to focus your energies. This week, on the 11th specifically, which is a super magical number, you'll receive some very good news. There's an aspect that favors you in your emotional and romantic life, and Venus is also giving you the opportunity to increase your income. I'm laying out how the planetary energies are. It's really up to each of us to take action. The planets are giving you the strength, power, and energy to do new and different things, moving away from external noise that makes you doubt your abilities a bit. Don't listen to negative people. Quite the opposite, my love. Remember who you are and keep moving forward, my dear Aries. Taurus is going through a time of transition, of changes, of news, of opportunities. Everything came at once. This means that everything you know you've sown, you're going to start to reap. We have great opportunities for you, my dear Cancer, in work and professional matters, but also in your love life. It marks reunions or new beginnings in love where we must free ourselves from any kind of baggage and not bring the past into the present when starting a new relationship. I mean, you have to heal the wounds of the past to start a new relationship. Many times we look for relationships that might fail and they don't turn out as we want, or we don't feel like we're flowing in harmony. It's because we've been carrying around pain from the past. You have to try to work on it, and it'll be marked this week of the waning moon where you'll work a lot on your inner self. When you work on yourself, you raise your self-love, your self-esteem, your self-respect, your self-confidence, and you feel worthy of love in every sense of the word. But you shouldn't project the heartaches of the past into the present. That's why to start a new relationship, we must heal our wounds from previous loves. If you've been in a stable relationship for quite some time now, a formalization of your relationship is on the horizon. It's a week of introspection, of soul searching, where you'll ask yourself many things. And believe me, somehow, your guides, your angels, and your masters will make their presence known. And they're going to send you messages, words, signs through any means possible. And you'll understand the clear and direct answers, my dear Taurus. For Gemini, Jupiter in Cancer is giving you, what can I say? Great gifts, great gifts. It's something you were looking for, that you expected, that you desired in your professional environment. That applause, those rewards and recognitions, where you raised your hand and said, here I am. Without even raising your hand, I mean, everything you know how to do and everything you're capable of was on display. You had the patience, the perseverance, and the prudence to wait for as long as was necessary. And now, in abundance, you're going to receive applause, rewards, and recognition in your workplace. They say that what belongs to us, my dear Gemini, by right of consciousness, arrives at the right, correct, and appropriate moment. Now that Venus and Mercury are in the sign of Pisces, they're giving you love, money, excellent communication, and the opportunity to start something on your own, to become independent, to be able to do something you've always wanted, using, of course, that wonderful and sensational gifted dab you have, that way of ease with which you relate to all kinds of people, and you know how to be empathetic and provide support for others. So, well, they definitely say that you reap what you sow, and that's what you're going to see this week. Some very positive changes are coming for you in terms of finances. If you're looking for something to do with loans, with credits, with matters, or paying off debts and so on, this week, just like a work of, as if it were magic, something happens approximately, no, very clearly, the 11th, 12th, or 13th are very key days for you in your financial life for Cancers. Mars has given you the strength, the dedication, the commitment, the tenacity, that I can handle this and much more. Jupiter is in your sign. Pisces, and Pisces we have Mercury and we have Venus. Mars, we still have it in the sign of Aquarius. It's giving you the strength, the power, the energy, and the intuition to take that step that you'd been putting off for whatever reason, for whatever it was. We would look for endless reasons why things didn't work out. Leave it at that. Everything has a reason for being, and when we forget the why and change it for the what for, my dear Cancer, everything starts to work in a better way. Right now, Mars is giving you like a communion of souls with someone who is perfectly understanding what you want in your work life and professional life. And with Neptune being in Aries, it's pushing you, my love, to make your dream come true. There's lovely news in your home, something you love. That's going to make you very happy. It's news that's going to fill your heart with joy, with jubilation, with gratitude. Stay very attentive to your intuition and your perception. Your sixth sense won't fail you when you meet new people coming into your life in terms of work and professional matters. For Leos, absolutely everything you start or everything you follow up on this week, you're going to crown it with total success. Nothing is the result of good luck. No, my love. Everything is the result of your good conduct. In this life, we all reap what we sow. And many times, there are seeds that take many, many years to bloom. And this could be your case, my dear Leo. That's why this week, you're going to start seeing a big change. There are many aspects that are favoring you, but keeping your feet on the ground is maintaining modesty and humility. There's no need to talk about what's obvious. It's clear. There's no need to tell. Let people observe your success, your triumph, your abundance. And I'm not just talking professionally and materially. I'm talking about family, which is a wonder and a blessing. Big changes are coming to your home that'll give you peace, serenity, and calm. And financially, yes, a great breather is coming into the lives of Leos. Many things you thought were stalled and couldn't find the reason why, now you see. It was experience, it was growth, and it was maturation. You learned a lot, my dear Leo. Virgo, everything related to new beginnings is marked totally in your favor. It's time to trust, to move forward, to achieve. Everything your mind can imagine, you, Virgo, can make it happen. This is not a time to leave things for later. It's a season of abundance and prosperity. There are many things in your favor. Your intelligence, your ability, your dedication, your commitment, being so proactive. There are things that aren't told. When one is going to do new things, different things, unless we're in a group and a team and something, we put it on the table. But of course, people knowing that the proposals or ideas are yours, so they remain yours. This week, we have small movements or big movements like Saturn, which is entering the sign of Aries until the year 2028. It's given you a great boost. It's taken the blindfold off your eyes, but it's also given you tremendous intuition and perception to be able to make those decisions and determinations that we often leave for later for whatever reason. It happens to all of us. Don't worry if things haven't turned out in the exact correct and convenient times that you had wished for. But as they say, God's timing is perfect. And this cycle you're entering, my dear Virgo, great opportunities and great possibilities will be placed before you. There's going to be a project put on the table for you exactly on the 10th, 11th, or 12th approximately, because that's where the aspects are. It's very worthwhile. And the good thing about this is that by raising everything, they know that everything you're doing is for the common good. There are many changes in your way of seeing life. That's going to be really cool. Because when life starts moving us around, it's because better things are coming for us. Often we don't understand it, my dear Virgo. When we ask, why is this happening to me? Believe me, if you change the why is this happening to me to the what is this happening to me for? The reception of the message you're going to receive will be very different. You're coming with abundance, prosperity, and much success. He believes, he trusts, and he acts. Keep it with you throughout this week. Believe, trust, and take action. Write it down often. Write it down, keep it in your planner, keep it close to you. It's going to give you great results. My dear Libras, everything is completely in your favor, in the physical, mental, spiritual, and beyond. The planets are aligned like this, as if they are rejoicing with you. Here comes Venus moving into Pisces. Venus is entering Pisces, and Venus is your planet. Meaning that intuition, perception, sensitivity, creativity, and the drive to make things happen is going to be with you 100%. If we add that Saturn is going to move into the sign of Aries on the 13th, oh, how I love Friday the 13th. Yes, it's Friday the 13th. You'll see the great news that you are going to receive, but this is just the start, my love, of all the beauty coming to you. And as I always tell you, it is not the result of mere chance. It is the result of causality, law, cause and effect. We are what we think. We are like magnets. And you attract towards yourself what you are thinking, what you are saying, and what you are feeling. For that reason, after so much time of you searching for changes in your work, professional, and financial life, you will start to see them beginning this week. Gifts, rewards, and recognition will come your way, which will give you much peace, a great breather in your personal, family, and financial life, of course, because you will start to think. You will start to think about the purchases or negotiations you want to make for the coming months, as you will realize that a very good change is coming to your financial life. I repeat, It will give you a breather to be able to make those purchases or those investments, my dear Libra, that you have always desired for yourself and for your loved ones. Scorpio, it is a week of changes, of challenges, and of opportunities. And if you see life for what it is, well, life is an opportunity and it is a challenge. And every day is a new opportunity. It is a new day. See it that way. You will have a very busy schedule, a full schedule. When we have a full schedule, we can move away from our center just a little bit, right, my dear Scorpio? If you can delegate the amount of things that you are doing, things will turn out even better for you. There are things that others can do for you, and there are things that only you can do. Speaking, expressing, thinking, intuition, and perception, that is yours alone. But there are things that others can indeed do for you. I'm telling you all this because it is a very good week in your work and professional life, where through word-of-mouth recommendations of your skills, of who you are, and of all you have achieved, new people will come into your life to make you new proposals. Likewise, it's a very good time to think about diversifying, becoming independent, seeking new paths, putting your eggs in different baskets so more and better income flows into your life as your creative capacity is leading you to a very important place. I know that with your heightened sixth sense being so clear, you see it plainly. You're going to detect where to say yes and where no, where I stay, where I go, and you know very well how to analyze point by point. I can't tell you exactly which day because every day is very favorable for you. These are huge opportunities with great benefits that aren't just for you, but for the people involved, and of course, with results for your loved ones. There's a purchase, a sale that you want to make. I invite you to look at it, observe it, check it, analyze it during this waning moon week so you can make decisions next week when we have the new moon, which will give you a better negotiation and a better amount in financial matters. For Sagittarians, everything is working in your favor. Focus your energies, don't wear yourself out, don't get hooked. Take things easy, keep your feet on the ground, eyes to the sky, hand on your heart. Give yourself time to rest, to breathe, to take things more calmly. Your schedule is very full, Sagittarius, and that's good because you like being on the go. But if you want to keep doing more than you're doing right now, well, you have to analyze, observe, and check what I keep doing, what I stop doing, so that way you stick with what's giving you better results or better generation, not just in terms of income, but of greater peace within yourself, your being, and your inner world. Because Sagittarius loves doing many things, but loves their freedom very much and loves their peace very much. And for everything to work better for you and for there to be greater productivity, you must have harmony. And this week, you are indeed going to make countless decisions. Well thought out, well analyzed, because they haven't just been thought about this week. You've been thinking about it since August, September of 2025, right? Just to say, but you're always thinking about it, analyzing it. And now that Neptune will be, and that Neptune is, and Saturn in Aries, you'll have the impulse to do it in a relaxed, calm way, well-focused and well-decided. It's that simple, because you know well, Sagittarius, that when you make a decision, well, you've already thought it through for the right, correct, and convenient amount of time, and there's no turning back. And that's going to be in all areas of your life, and you're going to start doing it from this week and moving forward. Capricorn, guess what? Jupiter. It's the planet of gifts, of triumph, of success, of abundance, of benevolence, of prosperity. Oh, well, Jupiter's a beauty. It's in Cancer. And it's helping you in a tremendous way. And you, Capricorn, well, it turns out that your planet is moving into the sign of Aries. It leaves Pisces, it enters Aries, and it stays there until 2028. Do you know who's going to stop you from making dreams, desires, and longings come true? No one. The only thing you have to restrain is your mental tongue. That tongue that often tells you no, 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 yes, 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 yes. Your subconscious understands what you are thinking, saying, and feeling. Plant the seed of abundance, of triumph, of success, because planetarily, they're giving you magic keys so that you can open those doors that you desire. Now you've thought about it, you've analyzed it, so now it's time. 3, 2, 1, action. Think little, feel much, and act a lot. Don't put off the events surrounding your decision making and choices in your work and professional life. You have everything it takes to succeed. Everything. The experience, the ability, the dedication, the commitment, public relations come to you in a sensational way. You know how to work and you know how to make things happen. There are many beautiful things coming for your home. You are a person who is very present in your home. You like making things go well outside your home as much as you like things being well inside your home. But yes, you must delegate the amount of things you do within your home so that you have more and greater productivity in your home. Work life. By striking that balance, you'll realize how you'll have more relaxation, more peace of mind, and more freedom of action. And that will leave your mind a little freer to keep thinking about all the new things that are coming your way. Take advantage of that magical and wonderful energy of Saturn in the sign of Aries, which will be there until 2028. For Aquarians, don't get restless with all the magical and wonderful surprises that are going to come your way this week. I invite you, Aquarius, not to say, "Oh, I can't believe it. How? You can't believe me?" Well, you asked for it. You asked for that. They're your dreams, your desires, your longings. Many times we decree, affirm, visualize, set our new moon intentions, and then things happen to us. And we say, "Oh, I can't believe it." But how can you not believe it, my love? Of course you can. You wished for it. What you're experiencing and will start to experience all this week and from now on, not just this week, as you begin to meditate, do introspection, self-analysis, and decree, and the planets. Right now, with the sun still in your sign, Pluto is still in Aquarius, of course. Mars is still in Aquarius, now Pisces. Venus and Mercury, well, they've already moved into the sign of Pisces, but having the sun in Aquarius with Pluto in Aquarius and Neptune and Saturn in Aries. Unstoppable as you are, Aquarius. Unstoppable. Visualize everything you want, but it's time to receive what you've already visualized and decreed. What changes? Plenty of opportunity to do new and different things. You have the capacity and the memory retention to keep learning. Do you want to learn new things? Do you want to learn languages? Do you want to be close to the countryside and nature? Do you want to write? Do you like art, beauty, creativity, public relations? All of that is what you've desired. A move is coming, a change of city is coming, many things are coming. Lovely. The universe returns what one desires multiplied, and right now, since the planetary movements are totally in your favor, don't doubt your possibilities. It's not time for, "Oh, will I do it? Why?" No, my love, it's time to get on the diving board and jump. There are very good responses in your professional environment. There are watchful eyes on you. When I say watchful eyes on you, they're references, recommendations, they're word of mouth recommendations about you. So now it's your turn to receive, my dear Aquarius. For Pisces, the offers that will come your way this week will super surprise you. Something you gave up for lost from around 2023. It could have been a contract, an agreement, a contra, a negotiation, a loan, something related to that. There will be results. Many times, as I always tell you, that there are seeds that one sows and they bloom right away. There are seeds that take time and something you already even gave up for lost. Well, no, my love. Starting this week, you're going to have news of something you desired, something you were waiting for. Also, this week, there's going to be a meeting, event, family gathering where they'll give you news that will fill your heart with much happiness and much joy about one of the members of your family. Someone who's going to start something on their own, or a new member in the family, or someone who's going to formalize some kind of relationship. But that's going to fill your heart with much happiness and joy. It's indicated that through your social contacts, your friendships, you're very selective. You get along very well with everyone, but you're very selective in loving your friends well. And those people you love very much as friends are going to be a super important bridge that will connect you with someone who's interested in your knowledge, your skills, your dedication, and your professional and work commitment. Also, very marked is the purchase or starting to look into the purchase of a house or a villa or some land or something rural. Maybe not that you buy it or sign for it this week, but that you already have it very much on your mind. Because I don't know any Pisces who doesn't like the countryside, nature, the sea, the lakes, the rivers, right? Or places where there's a lot of vegetation. You're going to be turning that over and over in your head, and you'll see that in no time at all, things will fall into place, just as they should, my dear Pisces. Thank you so much for joining me. I wish you, as always, that everything that crosses your mind becomes a reality. I invite you to subscribe to our channel. Give it a thumbs up and hit the bell. Also, follow me on social media, the verified ones. Only the verified ones, please. The ones with the blue check work. If it's not verified, it's not the original Mizada. Oh, that even came out great. The website is Mizada-Mohamed.com. It's my page. It's your page. There's a lot of lovely information for you. And what you see in my store is the only thing we sell. The t-shirts, the hoodies, the angel diary, and many other things. So if you see consultations or things being sold in my name, it's not me. On my social media, it's very clear. If it's verified, it's ours. What you see in the store is what's on Mizada-Mohamed.com. Think a little, feel a lot more, and act plenty. Keep that phrase with you. Often, from thinking too much, we get scared or doubts creep in. It's time to think little, feel much, and act plenty. Make our dreams come true. I am Mizada Mohamed. I love you all very much, and I want to see you succeed.
Thank you very much for graciously joining us today. Please subscribe to our channel and kindly visit my personal website, Mizadamohamed.com.